All right. Oh, hey, Jeremy. Hi, everybody. We are going to go ahead and get settled in here for today's webinar. I am going to go ahead and just share my screen, and we can go ahead and get started. All right. Okay, awesome. Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to our live demo of My Health Illy today. I'm Alyssa, and I'm thrilled to be your host. We do have a few housekeeping items that we'll go ahead and talk about. We are recording this webinar, so it will be sent out 24 hours within the presentation. The attendees will be muted until the end of the demonstration, and then we will accept questions at the end live. You can also submit questions during the demonstration, which we highly suggest, and we'll answer those at the end as well. And please don't be shy. You can definitely ask questions. So what we're going to talk about today is the key features of My Health Illy. On this slide is a nice presentation, just kind of some of those key points that we're going to talk about. Spend 70% less time on quoting, plan selection, enrollment, and management of clients. You're going to learn how it's quicker quoting. We have flexible plan selection, digital questionnaires, so getting rid of that paperwork, customizable proposals, and obviously the biggest key thing is streamline enrollment and benefits administration, and all of this in one platform. So again, before I pass this over to our experts, I just want to explain to you a little bit more about My Health Illy. So it is an employee health benefits platform built specifically for agents. It makes it fast and easy to shop, quote, select plans, enroll, and other benefits administrations, like I just said. So not to mention, again, it's all in one, and all of this can be done in under 45 minutes. So now we're going to go ahead and get ready to explore all of these powerful features that and benefits of My Health Illy has to offer. As I turn it over to our experts, we have JD Garlitz. He is the Director of Sales and Marketing. And we also have with us Jeremy McClendon. He's our Vice President of Insurance Affairs. So JD and Jeremy, if you want to go ahead and take it over.
Thank you, Alyssa. And thank you for joining us today. As Alyssa stated, we have something that is here really unique and really makes the small group profitable. Fewer touches, and we completely cut out the non-value added paperwork. That is our objective, and that's what we've accomplished here. So my colleague Jeremy will be sharing his screen to kick off this demonstration. Okay, so I hope everyone can see the shared screen here. What you're seeing here is the home page or the agency page of our software. So you're going to see a nice pipeline. It's going to have different stages of your pipeline. They align to your own terms of what you'll use in your agency. I'm sure you can research, look up any group you'd like. So it is rather CRM-like with your entire book of business. If we want to add a new piece of business, we just simply click Create New Group. And we're going to have to enter in, as Jeremy does, a couple of pieces of information. I want you to notice on this page, we only really have 5 pieces of information we need to enter to get a extremely accurate quote. So right now, we're just building the group. As you can see, it'll take about 30 seconds. And once we do that, and Jeremy clicks Next, the group he just made will go within that pipeline you just saw. Now, since it's established, this is the census upload page. So you can choose a file, or you can actually manually add, if you had a micro group, you can manually add the members in. So for our purpose today, Jeremy's going to upload a completed census file. What I do want you to notice here is the mapping functionality. If you have a census you really like, it doesn't mean you have to really use ours. You're welcome to. But we give you the option to map columns and rows, as you can see on the screen. So Jeremy's going to upload the census. And here is everyone on the census listed. And it identifies the number of employees here as we scroll down on the screen. If anyone were to have been left off, or you need to add another, you can certainly do so on this page as well. So as Jeremy clicks next, we're going to be taken to what we call a employees covered or waiving coverage page. Jeremy's showing how easy it is to take folks in and out of consideration for quoting here, not actually waiving. We haven't even done a quote yet, but we do want to make sure you get accurate quotes and see how the platform is so agile. Jeremy clicks next. We're going to be taken over into the major medical quoting. Right now, we're making an API call. And so what the software is doing is actually interpreting the census that Jeremy just uploaded. It is now going out and pulling the ACA community rated fully insured rates that are filed quarterly with the Department of Insurance. So those will populate in entirety for whatever the situs state or the domicile zip code is. In addition to the ACA community rated on this page, you will see level funded options. We have a wonderful, useful model called the illustrative level funding model. Within that plan module, you will see up to 8 level funded carriers that you can get underwritten quotes through the platform just using one application. So here is the major medical page, as you can see. This page should look a lot like Amazon to you if you're an Amazon user. There are filters on the left. We notice that there are 157 plans right away, that quick. As you can see, there's a carrier tab or a carrier filter. Jeremy's got Anthem selected in. You can also filter by deductible, out-of-pocket max, individual premium, network, and HSA compatibility. Now, on the right side of the screen, we call these plan cards. We're giving you a broad overview of the policy. You see composite rates on the left, and then the SBCs are also accessible for every single plan module within our platform, as you can see. And if you want to issue it at member level or age banded, you may. Jeremy's going to show you by clicking the age banded button, each person on the census and dependent cost if you want to issue it age banded. Jeremy's going to select 2. And then we also have a wonderful feature here called the compare plans. So anything you select in, as Jeremy just showed you, you can set side by side to compare and do a really sharp analysis. There's plenty of data within this analysis too, and premium cost from a composite standpoint involved. Okay. Now, Jeremy's taken out of consideration the ACA community rating fully insured. Now we're showing the level funded approach. You can see here with his example, there are 5 carriers involved with the illustrative level funding model. So in other words, with this model, you may receive, as you can see the carriers checked off, underwritten rates from each carrier just by using one simple master or anonymous medical questionnaire. For instances where GRX and gradient AI underwriting are engaged, we certainly have the logic built in the software, so we can engage that without the personal health care questionnaires.
One thing, yeah, to note, like John David mentioned, is our platform does collect all of your medical questionnaires, so there's no need to use a third party. Paper applications, those employees are invited. We have gamified the questionnaire so that an employee is going to answer, just a handful of questions, and then all of those will be mapped to the carrier questionnaire for in-app signing. So an employee doesn't have to leave the application or the software to even sign those documents.
Thank you, Jeremy. Okay, you've got 2 in the cart here. So we have 2 Anthem plans, major medical. We're going to progress onward to the ancillary lines. As you can see, there are tabs at the top of the page, first being dental. 373 dental options. It's not too shabby. So these are also inclusive of the summaries as well. I'll show you one right here from Beam. So you have these accessible at your disposal as well. We'll progress onward to vision. And 92 plans is pretty good too. So we have life, short-term, long-term, and worksite lines like cancer, hospital indemnity, onward. All right. So you saw how fast that was to get a quote, right, for a group. We want you to have as least time invested in the small group as possible, fewest amount of touches as possible as well. Here we are at the proposal screen. This is super sharp. No more data entry. If Jeremy clicks the Excel format on the proposal, a proposal document congruent with the SBC will be produced instantly. And I think it's populating right now. Here we go. With our Excel format, we have a nice landing page here. The group information you would have entered on the first page will reflect here. And then the two Anthem plans will be automatically positioned on the proposal with a composite tier premium cost, monthly and annual premium cost as well. Interestingly enough, if under the plan name, if you scroll up, Jeremy, all SBCs are hyperlinked into this proposal. So as you want to send it off to clients, you can feel comforted that the SBCs are included. So no more data entry. Now we do have the Word format. Go ahead.
I was just saying, yeah, as what he was just highlighting is amazing. I know in my years of being an agent, CSR, whatever, I was having to do that day, typing in a maternity because it was important to that group, or deleting labs because it didn't matter, is annoying. So now you have all the SBC data. So it definitely takes out that manual work so that you or your account management team can get out proposals much faster.
Super quick. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Now there is a function on this page as well. It's, as you can see off to the right, add your own plan. If you don't see carriers sometimes that you work closely with, you can add your own custom plan. All you need is an SBC and a plan ID number, and you can go to town and add that into the software here, and it will be produced on your proposal document. So we're trying to be as flexible, as versatile as we possibly can to allow you to offer the products that you need to offer your clients. Down below here, Jeremy is deselecting or selecting. He's reviewing what plans are in the cart. If he wants to get rid of some, you could do it right here. Or if you want to add some, you can easily pivot backwards as well, given the timeline up top. So as Jeremy clicks next, intuitively, what would be next in this whole process? Let's just say the sale is made here. We need to identify any employee classes, and you're able to do so right here by clicking Add New Class. And then selecting who is within the classes you identify. Extremely useful, in my opinion. Jeremy clicks next. We're going to move on to the employer contribution strategy page. As you can see, we give you two options here, simple or detailed, composite or age banded, right? So we can get super complicated with this, super detailed, or if it's just a general percentage you want to offer, we can do it in a very simple fashion. In addition to that, Jeremy, go ahead and show them the arithmetic automation here. So whatever Jeremy enters as a percentage or a flat rate, which you can do, flat dollar amount, the arithmetic is done for you. So it gives the yield of what the estimated employer total cost will be, congruent with the census and the waiving coverage page we reviewed. Now for ancillary lines, we offer you the option of doing just a bucket contribution that's completely data driven. In our experience with a small group, most folks contribute to the major medical as required or more, and then want to offer the ancillary as well. So we give you a bucket option, and the bucket value decreases every time an employee makes an election for whatever line they want to participate in. pretty intuitive. And the detailed contribution is listed below.
You can, of course, and I know that as a producer or an account manager in the past, you've probably written this on a piece of paper, back of an envelope, whatever you had to try and, help the employer come up with a budget. But this is nice that you can do it on the fly. And then, of course, you can contribute differently to different classes. So maybe you have an owner class that you're going to pay 100% for, whereas you might have an employee class you're just paying 50% of the lowest cost plan. You can create all of those scenarios in the platform and give the employer a very detailed suggested cost of what final enrollment will be.
That's exactly right. Thank you, Jeremy. All right, so Jeremy is clicking save and next, and this page really should look familiar. It will, I promise, when you onboard and get in here. This looks a lot like the first page. Any information you left off on the first page must be completed on this last confirmation page. The things in asterisk will already be completed, as you can see in grayed out. This is also where you are confirming the details of the case, right? And identifying the waiting period, 30, 60, or 90, 0, 30, 60, 90 days. Now, down below, we definitely want to make sure that you are in the right space. And if there are plans in the cart that need to be deselected, you can do that here. If you want to take things off or out, you certainly want to do that here. We're making it super easy for you to do so. Anything to add to that, Jeremy? I think you're muted.
Thank you. Yeah, as of note, something that is often lost, but we know has to be done are the carrier applications. So any of the data from the very moment we started till now has been pre-populating those carrier forms so that as you click next, our team is notified and we'll make sure that the carrier app, any required information, EFT forms are sent directly to you and the employer for signature. But what's nice is you don't have to retype any data. So those days of case loading and plan building and grabbing a paper app and getting it signed are over. All of the forms are they're pre-populated via form mapping so that you've got all your data in those.
We are big on cutting out old non-value added paperwork, and I hope you see that exemplified here. So once Jeremy clicks next, it's going to bring us to the confirmation page, and we definitely want you to make sure it's right. So we encourage you to review it again, make any necessary changes, and if everything looks appropriate, you may click confirm. Once you click confirm, something's going to happen in the shop that is pretty intuitive. It's going to lock. We certainly don't want folks coming in changing things as we have a sold case. Now, Jeremy did hit confirm, and this is the stage, as you can see on the pipeline above, where each employee is listed. And if you didn't collect email addresses on the census document, this is your chance to enter all email addresses as you prepare to offer and host digital open enrollment for this group, right? Jeremy can click send email invites, and when he does so, each of the employees will get a HIPAA compliant link that highlights and brings all plan options the employer has selected to offer his or her group. You'll notice there's an invite code with a copy button next to it. And that's the case where we went through the experience of noticing that people don't always use email, despite it being 2025. That's okay, because we can certainly copy the invite code, and you can certainly give that to the HR manager or group manager. They may use that code and have the employee come into the office and still make or complete their digital open enrollment for employee health benefits.
And you can also export the census, and the code will be on that. So you could just easily share that with an employer so that they could use their own internal communication, Slack, Teams, whatever they might use to invite employees. One thing that we do here, and we know happens a lot, is well, let's talk about a passive enrollment. We're not actually having employees come into the platform, and so now that we're in open enrollment, we can always hop back to our dashboard, where you, account manager, or even an employer can make elections for employees, so that maybe the employee knows what they want and are never going to actually go through open enrollment in a digital format. You can make elections on behalf of the employee, waivers, etc.
That's right. Just had a few of those yesterday, actually, Jeremy. So works well. Give it just a second to populate. There we go. So Jeremy now is back at the dashboard. And you can see in the upper right corner the enrollment status. There were 7 folks on the census. 0, you see the 3 zeros, have completed. Zero of the members have completed anything. They just got the links. In real time, when they do advance to those links and make their elections, that number will mature accordingly. Now, this tab here is the employees tab. This is how you could go in, you as the agent or broker, could go in and actually complete plan selections for employees right here. And Jeremy is illustrating that and how easy, frankly, it is. And you'll see the invite code again populated on this page. Once an employee actually visits their link that was sent out for open enrollment, you won't see that invite code. It will disappear. That is to signify that that employee has actually registered and visited the link and began their selection process. Jeremy's pivoted to the plans tab. We had 2 anthems in. This is where you can also review SBCs again, review the plan, and you can edit the ratings. Now we have a fully insured here, so you can imagine a level funded process. This would be really useful and quick for you to adjust to reflect the underwritten rates after it's completed. The documents tab here is for your use as agents and brokers or account managers. We want you to have a place where you can upload documents that are important and unique to this group. And we give you that functionality. Now, the reporting tab is also unique. We can do a payroll deductions report that is automatically populated correctly as employee make their elections, or we do a passive enrollment. We have a enrollment report and an employee census here as well. The managers tab is unique. If you want to invite the group manager or the HR admin, you may right here. And all you do is click the button and then enter his or her email address, and they are automatically invited. The email history tab is very important. We understand we need to have a record of what is going on or what has happened with a particular case. Every single line of communication, the email history is given here and timestamped for you. We definitely want to make sure you are protected and have proof.
You also have a employee history, so we know throughout the year we have been admin. Something may happen. We might have added employee. We might have updated Larry's information, date of birth, all of those things. So you do get an employee history, and it's time and date stamped, so you know exactly what happened and when. It does get very detailed, but we all know for our own protection, E&O, as well as to give the information to the group, you can get down really detailed into what happened and when it occurred and who made the change. So, we have those employees, I never changed my date of birth. Well, I see you did. So you have all of those tools at your fingertips.
What's unique also about this tab is this is where you could actually go in, or the HR admin group owner could go in and engage the benefit administration functionality, complete ads, terms, or qualifying life events, as Jeremy just showed. So we're trying to bring everything under one roof, one app for ease of use and simplicity. Jeremy, anything to add to this?
I think that for today is a great start into to what our platform does.
Yes. And thank you very much for driving the demo. Folks, that really, that's just the tip of the iceberg with us, but I want you to understand how easy it is to quote, and you don't have to spend a whole lot of time doing it. And that's what we're bringing to you all for your use.
Absolutely.
Melissa?
Yeah, thank you so much. Great demo. Just popped up our, if you have any questions slide, a lot of ways to connect with us. We have our profile, obviously on LinkedIn, our YouTube channel, and then obviously there's an email address as well to get directly in contact with JD. But there is a question that often gets asked just to kind of wrap up our demo for today. What makes My Health Illy different than any other platform option out there? I'm sure you get asked this a lot, JD. So if you could just explain what makes this different?
It the agility, the speed, the fact that we have carrier applications format, medical questionnaires that are usually paper oriented, now in a
Yeah.
digital format completely, is a huge differentiator. We have agents tell us frequently that it saves about 70% of the time they used to invest in the small group. So that's a
That's a lot
big
of
time
time.
savings.
Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you so
I
much.
would say, to that too, something that's often overlooked is, you know, this has been built. We're agents. We built something because it didn't exist. I've used all the other tech stacks out there for quoting, and then you have to move somewhere else to get applications done. And then you go to a case builder for enrollment and you type in all the data there, and now you've wasted, 5-6 hours on one case. We know that 5 or 6 hours is great for a mid-market group, but when it comes to a group of 5 lives, that often is just too much time. Your return on the investment of that is just not going to happen. So our platform is built to be speedy and agile. But the other thing is there's a lot of quoting aggregators out there that'll give you fully insured rates, and that's great. And we do the same thing. But what is unique is not just the level funded, but we have carriers that you won't find on another platform. So things like Simple Benefits, where you can go down to just a one employee that sits there a captive. And so, not only are you seeing what you would normally see, you're seeing the entire marketplace. As
Right.
much as we can bring to you, we do. And we love that if you have carriers you don't see quoted and you want to quote, we'd love to talk about that and figure out how we can get that added so that you could quickly quote and get to enrollment for that group.
Yeah, it's so good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks, Jeremy. That's really great feedback. So I see we're hitting close to 10:30 here. So I do think that's a wrap today on our quick tour of My Health Illy. So you can clearly see through the demonstration, through our conversation today, that My Health Illy has made it easier than ever to quote, enroll, manage employee health benefits, so you can focus on what truly matters, which is building strong and lasting relationships with your clients. So if you are curious to see how this can work for you, which I hope you are, you can book a personalized demo, which I did put in our chat, the link to do that, to do a personalized experience and experience it firsthand. So we're very excited to have shared this with you all today, and look forward to connecting in the future.
I look forward to seeing you all. You'll talk to me when you book a demo. So
Yes,
look forward to seeing
JD's
you.
the man. Thank you guys both. Thank you so much. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.